So Kelvin Gastelum, you have fought before in Brazil, but I think this is the first time that you came here to actually train. How did this happen?
Yeah. Like I said, I mean, I fought in Brazil, fought in Fortaleza, fought in Rio, and it's been great. I love here. I love Brazil. I love the culture, and I've also tried learning the language. So I really love it and I embrace it. But this is actually the first time that I'm here without a fight, with no obligations with the UFC. No, I'm not doing no media tour or anything like that. This is just me coming here by myself, spending money here, just to train and learn. Henry invited me out here a few weeks ago, and I said, sure, why not? I got nothing else to do. Really, I would have just been home in Huntington Beach, just training with my team, doing what I always do. But I felt like this time I needed to kind of get out of my comfort zone. I feel like I was too much in my comfort zone, and I think that's what's been affecting me, and I kind of need to get out of that, and that's why I'm here. I want to escape from the world and kind of refocus, reset the mind, reset the body, and learn from different types of people, share ideas, learn ideas and philosophies as well of martial arts.
How long are you planning to stay here?
Plan on staying here for 2.5 weeks. So far.
And how has it been for you to be in a different team, training with different coaches and training with other type of sparring partners, all that?
Yeah, it's been honestly, I was really nervous because I didn't know what to expect coming in. I didn't know what kind of reception I would get, but honestly, it's been incredible. The guys at the gym welcomed me with open arms, which is a reception that I did not expect. And Patricky, they're always like, anything you need, man, they're messaging me. Anything you need, every day they're messaging me, bro, we got you. So they've been really, really good, really hospitable. And the guys too, man. I love the guys at the gym, and everybody's welcomed me so well. I loved it. I've been loving it so far.
After the last fight, you said that you were going to make real changes before your next fight. Is this part of the real changes?
I think this is
new things?
For sure. This is part of it, but this is also just the beginning of it. I feel like I still have so much room to grow, so much to learn, but this is part of it. I want to learn from different people, learn their ideas, learn how they think. At King's MMA, we have one vision, one idea, and one philosophy, and I love it. I love my team. But it's also good to get out and learn, The first person that I asked about coming out here was Master Rafael Cordero, because I don't want to get out of what I'm doing, with him, with our idea, our vision. But he said, go, learn from other people, learn and go out and experience new things, and so that's what I did.
What were the biggest lessons you have learned since the Darren Till fight?
Since what?
The Darren Till fight.
Just being more intelligent. I felt like I just went in there overconfident. I went in there like I was going to knock him out, which I had planned, but he went in there with an actual strategy, with an actual game plan, and that's something that I didn't even have. I think I was just going in there overconfident, looking for the knockout, and that's if I want to go and win world titles, I can't just go in there and just throw my 1-2. We actually have to use more intelligence, and that's something that I learned. Just be more smart. Just be more smart.
Is that something you've done for every fight, or just for this one specific to go in there, just going for the knockout, not having an actual strategy?
Yeah, I think it was just for this fight, to be honest. I don't blame anybody else but myself, because at the end of the day, it falls on me. I have to do my best to prepare for these fights, and I feel like I didn't do it, and it's nobody else's fault but mine, and I didn't prepare well, and it obviously affects your performance, and I feel like that was a mistake on my part, and something that won't happen again. I don't want to feel what I felt in that Darren Till fight. It was horrible.
What do you think is about him that made you think that way? That you didn't have to prepare an exact strategy?
I don't even think it was him. It was more kind of me, you know, and that's why I'm here in Brazil. I kind of wanted to get out of my comfort zone to kind of reset my mind, reset my body, and kind of just reset my spirit too, I guess. Because I have not felt the same, I think, since I have not felt physically and mentally on top of my game since I was in Australia. You know, I fought Israel, I did okay, and then I fought Darren Till, and that was definitely not a representation of who I am and how I fight, and it's just, I don't want to have another one of those performances ever again.
Many people talk about going out of wars like that changes the way you are, the fighter you are. Maybe sometimes for good or sometimes for not. How did that fight against him change you?
With Israel?
Yeah.
I feel like after the Israel fight, I wanted to fight at Madison Square Garden, and maybe I should have not fought at Madison Square Garden. I really should have taken more time off because of the amount of damage that I took in that fight. You know, my lips all busted up, my ankles are a little bit busted up from that fight, and I still pushed myself to get ready, semi-ready for the Darren Till fight, you know, and I think I rushed myself, and I think it affected my performance, and I think I should have taken more time to heal, you know.
Is that something you still think about, like him yourself, like I should have done that, or just move on?
No, what's done is done, and I got to move on. You know, I'm a pretty positive guy. I don't dwell on the negatives too much. It's just learn from it, absolutely learn from it, grab what you can from it, and move on.
I feel like you have moved on as well about talking about going back to 170. Is that something you still think about sometimes, or? Not
right now, but maybe I should. Not right now, but maybe I should. You know, right now I'm sitting very comfortably. I mean, you know, I can make 85s relatively easy, but I think if with a good, strict diet over time, I think I can do it. I mean, I have the body frame for it. I just think before, when I was young, I was immature, I was stupid, I didn't know how to diet. You know, you don't know not much about anything when you're young. So I was just learning as I go, and obviously sometimes it didn't turn out so good, sometimes it did. But that's just how I feel now. I feel like I'm still learning as I go. I mean, I'm still 28 years old. Although I've been fighting in the UFC for 7 years, I still feel very new. I still feel like I'm learning.
Looking at your social media, we can see that you have a specific target in mind right now, which is Robert Whittaker. You wanted to fight him in London. Why that name? Is that someone that you've been so close to fight him that you want to make that happen? Yeah,
absolutely. You know, I feel like in a certain way he owes me the fight. You know, he didn't show up on fight night. Obviously, he had that incident and had to go have emergency surgery, which is great. Yeah, but you know, throw me a bone now. You know, you took that opportunity from me, unfortunately, because of that accident. But I think he should return the favor, I think. But you know, in this game, nobody is deserving of anything. You have to earn it, right? But at the same time, I'm trying to pick a fight. So yeah, that's the guy that I want to fight. He's the number one guy in my division. I feel like I'm still the number one guy in my mind, right? Obviously, the rankings are there. I'm not the number one guy, but in my head, I feel like I can be the number one guy.
Have you heard anything back from the UFC on that fight? Do you plan on doing that, or from Whittaker if he's interested in doing that?
No, I haven't heard anything back, but I am trying to work on trying to make the fight happen.
You have mentioned that you want to fight him in London. Why that specific guy?
I've always wanted to fight in London. London for me, I feel like is one of those hot spots like New York, like Las Vegas, London in Europe. I feel like it's a mecca for fighting, and I would love to be able to fight there. I think it would be a big show.
You want it to be 5 rounds, to be a main event?
I would love it for it to be a main event. You know, I always train for 5 rounds, whether I'm training for 3 or 5-round fight, which most of my fights have been 5 rounds, which is crazy, but yeah.
The UFC is going to Auckland in New Zealand, I think in March or April. Is that something you think about? Maybe if they do this fight there, they choose to do this fight against him there?
Hey, why not? I mean, they already have Paul Felder
In the main event, yeah.
and Dan Hooker in the main event. But I feel like if Rob and I can get on that card, then maybe we might steal that spotlight and get on the main event.
Yeah. If not Whittaker, is there someone else that you would like to fight?
Man, give me anybody in the top 5. You know, I just want to get back to where I was and show everybody that I still belong on top. That Darren Till fight is not a representation of who I am and how I fight. It was just an off night, you know, and I realized that I got to learn. I got to work my way back up. But I've been fighting the UFC for 7 years. I think I deserve a top 5 at least.
Mm-hmm. You've been booked to fight Anderson Silva twice in the UFC, but both fights fell through.
Right.
Is that an idea you still think about? You like that fight? You passed that.
Yeah, I mean, not really. Don't have any desire to fight him really. I only wanted to fight him because he was higher rank, and once that didn't happen, then I was okay with it.
Do you think he should still fight?
Him?
Yeah.
That's for him to figure it out. But I mean, how many has? I don't know. Yeah, that's up for him to figure it out.
Yeah. Speaking about the title picture in the middleweight division, you want to get there. You want to get your shot at the title. Now we have Adesanya with the belt, and we actually don't know exactly what's going to happen. There were some talks about him and Paulo Costa, but Paulo Costa is dealing with it.
That was supposed to be the fight.
Yeah, but now it seems like they're going that direction to do Adesanya against Romero, who's coming off loss to Paulo Costa. Is that a fight you think that should happen, even though Romero is coming off a loss?
It's a tough one because a lot of the top guys in top 5 are coming off losses. That's not my decision to make. I don't think it's the right fight to make, but it's also not my decision to make.
Which fight do you think is the right one to make?
Maybe a Rob Whittaker rematch, you know, or maybe. I just don't see anybody right now contending. Maybe Israel should sit out and have all the contenders fight for the opportunity.
And you think a win against Robert gets you a title shot? Absolutely. And how do you beat him?
Knockout. I'm very confident in my abilities to knock anybody out in the division. And if I prepare right and I'm healthy, I can knock anybody out in the world.